Amigos, amigas, welcome back to our channel, Cooking Cabo. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. And today, my dear friends, we're going to be crafting a new cocktail together. Happens to be that today I wore my hat that has some pineapples printed on right here on the front of the hat, and I just felt inspired to make a pineapple mezcalita. Why not? A mezcalita, my dear friends, it's a spin-off of the original Margarita that pretty much has the exact same ingredients that the Margarita has. The only things that we replace is going to be the tequila, and instead of tequila, we're going to be using the world-famous and mysterious, mystical mezcal. All right? My friends, for the ones that do not happen to know, mezcal is the poor cousin of the tequila that has become quite popular over the last decade. However, it has always been like the cousin that stayed on the countryside, on the farm side, and obviously tequila is the rich cousin that moved to the Hamptons, okay? So, mezcal, my friends, it's also made from agave. However, this one is not made from only one kind of agave. Originally, tequila has to be produced with only one kind of agave by the name of blue tequila, and all good quality tequila has to be 100% agave, as we've said before in this channel. Mezcal, however, can be done with different kinds of agaves. This particular one happens to be espadín, happens to be probably the most popular one, but it can also be done with 12 other different kinds of agaves. Tepextate, madrecuiche, espadín. Also, we have mexicano. We also have tobalá. Thank you, Pepe. Tobalá is a very popular also strain of agave. But today, my dear friends, we're going to be using, again, the espadín, okay? So we're going to start off again with our old-fashioned glass. And this one, I think it fits like 10, 12 inches. Maybe 12 ounces, excuse me. And we're going to start off by first garnishing the rim of our cocktail. As you may know already, we always like to dip only half of the sauce, half of the rim on it, in case our guests don't like to drink off from it. And we're going to let it sit on the side for a minute. Second to that, we're going to be grabbing our pineapple, which happens to be beautiful. How do you know a pineapple is fresh, my dear friends? We can always check by pulling a little bit right here. And if it comes right off, that means it's nice and fresh. If it takes a little while for it to come up, then it's not so fresh. We're going to go ahead and grab a slice of this pineapple. And we're going to take out the rinds of it. I'm going to set it on the side right here for a minute. Take off the rind of the pineapple. And this is going to be chopped down into small little cubes, my friends, so we can get the best out of it. Today, my friends, we're going to be using the extra large shaker. Sometimes if you come to our restaurant, you will see that we don't actually use the shakers. Today, we're going to be using the XL shaker. These are just for display. This is the actual one we normally use at the restaurant. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and grab some chunks, as it should be, one for the chef. Amazing. Super sweet. And we're gonna go ahead and chop this down even in smaller cubes. It doesn't have to be precise. All of these cubes are gonna come into our little container. And we're going to be letting it marinate with all our flavorful, delicious mezcal. In here as well, we're going to be adding the usual stuff, which is going to be 1 ounce of lime juice, guys. Again, you know what kind of limes are the ones we like. We like to use those somewhat tart limes, the ones with the seeds. We don't like to use the Persian limes. They're sweeter and less acidic. We're going to be adding 2 ounces to the top of mezcal, 2 ounces to the top of triple sec or orange liqueur. And last but not least, we're going to be also adding a small dash of simple syrup. This one is only half water, half sugar. That's it. By the way, my friends, we hope you're enjoying so far our channel. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for signing up and subscribing. We truly appreciate your support. And we want to hear about what's going on at home. If you guys are actually using all these recipes or you're not using them or what's the deal. We're gonna close this up. And now what we're going to do, guys, is shake it, but never break it. This will squeeze also the pineapples in there, smash them somewhat until they become like this, somewhat foamy. That's when you know you're getting the best out of it. All the pulp right there, you can see it right there on the side of the jar, the container, how all this pulp is marinating in there. Voila. This is the magic, guys. We didn't really need to smash it. We only had to shake it. Now we're gonna prepare our cup. Going back to our cup, we have already our rim, as we already said it. As usual, we're going to be adding 3/4 of the ice inside the cup. And we're gonna go ahead and try to do this thing without spilling it or ruining it. You know what? I'm gonna use a spoon today so we can try to not have much of the pulp. We're gonna be adding some, but not a whole lot. We wanna strain some of it out. Today as a garnish, guys, we're gonna be using a lovely round of lime. And the surprise of the day is going to be the exact same string that we used earlier and we pulled to make sure it was nice and fresh. And voila, we have our pineapple infused mezcalita. Thank you again, my friends. We wanna thank you so much for joining us. We really hope you enjoyed this chapter today with us. We really hope you replicate some of these beautiful drinks at home. And don't forget to follow us on our social media, Instagram, Facebook, TripAdvisor, as well as subscribe. Press the subscribe button below. And leave us in the comment, what else you guys want to learn together? Next time we see each other, we're going to be making some food together. But for today, mezcalita. Thank you so much, guys. Hasta la vista.